Hey guys, welcome back to CLOCKWISE Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Now today we're going to uncover Cardano and really dive in to what makes this project an elite blockchain. Now, I get it. There's not a lot of marketing and all the hype, the glitz, the glam, the TPS, but what Cardano has done, and it has done, for multiple bull runs now, is really slide through the cracks and really solidify itself as an elite blockchain. So let's dive into it and let's see what they're doing in comparison to other blockchains. So taking a look at Cardano sitting at 48 cents now, an extreme steal, an extreme opportunity, an extreme steal for everyone, in my opinion. This isn't financial advice, but this is what we believe when we look at Cardano and what they are doing. Now, they have, pretty much when they were going through the process, here, Byron, Shelley, Godwin, Basho, Voltaire, it was by far the longest process I've ever seen, right? It was boring. And reason why I say that is because we had all these bells and whistles, all these hypes, these come by night projects that were really exciting. Meanwhile, Cardano stuck to what they believe in. They stuck to the peer-reviewed process. As drawn out as that may have been, they did it the right way. And I think that that's what we've seen throughout the roadmap and, really meeting those benchmarks when you talk about governance. Okay. But one thing I really wanted to highlight when we talk about Cardano is the use case of this blockchain, right? So one thing we looked at, the last part of the Cardano roadmap, was governance. Giving everyone a seat at the table, giving everyone the ability for decentralized voting, okay? And that is a big use case when you talk about world adoption. We talk about putting Cardano and utilizing the Cardano blockchain in education. You talk about utilizing Cardano blockchain in retail. We see agriculture, government. We talk about a voting system in government and, really utilizing that. Right here, it's saying the current credentials, issuance, and verification systems are inherently flawed. Document and control remains with the issuer rather than with the individual. For example, which creates a strong dependency on third-party agencies to verify documents' authenticity. This usually involves a manual, costly, and time-consuming process, depending on the location and response time of the issuing authority. So Alta Prism addresses this flaw through the provision of a digital identity service. Leveraging blockchain technology, Alta Prism enables users to have full control of their credentials, which they can share and instantly verify anytime, anywhere. Atala, sorry, I said that wrong. It's my first time reading this, and I think the government aspect is huge when we talk about how you can, elections, not just American elections, global elections, for people to have a seat at the table. You cannot fake it. It's on the blockchain and it's there. So definitely love what they're doing here. And I really would dive into this. And one thing that I want to see is the healthcare side as well. So looking here at healthcare, they're saying counterfeit and substandard medications pose a significant risk to public health and inflict severe financial loss to legitimate manufacturers. Cost, peer pressure, and other reasons push many people to acquire medications in online pharmacies, which in many cases lack strict controls and regulations surrounding the manufacture and supply of therapeutic drugs. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that more than 50% of medications sold online can be categorized as fake or substandard. This problem can be addressed through a blockchain solution. Atala Scan can authenticate, verify the origin and supply chain of pharmaceutical products, guaranteeing the safety and well-being of patients worldwide. Guys, now this is what I'm talking about when you talk about real use case of a blockchain. It's not about how fast you can go. It's not about, oh, you can do this faster. Oh, this is 4 times the speed. It's not about speed. It's about worldwide adoption. And I think Cardano is doing that, right? And we just covered 2 areas. If we look at education and what they're trying to do with education, and the issuance of academic certificates and how that's currently heavily centralized. They're saying here, if diplomas, degrees, and other credentials are damaged or lost, the reissuing process is often costly, and the issuing institution might no longer exist, which is true. I've seen it happen myself. I've seen institutions go under, and you getting your diploma from something that's no longer there is next to impossible. So sharing these credentials is also difficult, as academic achievements are traditionally issued in physical form, which makes it almost impossible to share when and where needed. Atala Prism is an ID and credentials solution built on the Cardano blockchain. Atala Prism secures academic certifications within a mutable and tamper-proof ecosystem, empowering students to own and share their achievements, and institutions to instantly verify those credentials. And really, if you look at that, just making it simple, real use case, guys, real use case. And that's something that's not seen. And I know everyone gets caught up in the speed, right? And that's one thing that I've been seeing here recently. Everyone gets caught up in the speed and the TPS, which is great, right? But if you do it wrong, and someone floods your ecosystem, and you're not prepared because you didn't do the peer review process, because you didn't go through these steps, right? You didn't go through these steps. You didn't go through those phases that we people who hold Cardano and love Cardano. For me, it was very time consuming, and I had to be patient, but I understand it now because I understand what happens. And we've seen what happens when you overload a blockchain, that they were so quick to market and they weren't prepared. They didn't do a peer review process, and they didn't do it right, guys. So then you talk about loss of funds. You talk about then, having to do an upgrade or maybe a fork and try to fix it. And that's one thing when we talk about Solana. That's one thing that I think Cardano is superior to Solana, because they have the academics, they have the scientists behind this project to do it right the first time. Will they make mistakes? Yes, but they're not catastrophic mistakes that will cost people funds, will cost people. If we're talking about here, we're talking about, the enterprise side of Cardano, that will cost people compromising their identity, their healthcare, their finances, their vote, things that cannot be fixed. That once they're compromised, it's really hard to gain traction again and get that right. So the fact that they are going the peer review process to get it right the first time is huge, and it's something that I think isn't talked about, right? Especially people new coming into the space, and they're new to really crypto. When you look at the research behind behind Cardano, it's second to none. And to be honest with you, it is really a foundation for projects to take their time, get it right the first time, do the math, do the peer review process, find the holes, and then roll it out, slow adoption, and do it right. So that's one thing I respect about Cardano. I do think Cardano will continue to lead the way, and I think the fact that not a lot of people are talking about it is a reason why a lot of people should pay attention to it, because that's what happened last time. No one was talking about Cardano, and then went back down to about 2 cents, and then boom, went to $3. So I think despite the price action, pulling back to 47 cents, 48 cents, I do think that Cardano, the way they've done it and the way they're educating people. If you actually take a look here, they're educating people on crypto. They're spending time. If you look at I think it's the development updates. They're spending time. It's not that. They're spending time in countries and teaching them crypto, teaching them about the blockchains to really help them move forward. Some countries really need this technology. And when you realize that and you see that, then I do think that it kind of puts things in perspective, right? So here at Cardano Summit 2023, I think this already passed in November, but really, like I said, not a lot of marketing, but I think it really is a sleeping giant. I really think that, to be honest with you, I think that there is a lot to be said about how they built this blockchain. That it's not the flashiest, it's not the sexiest. You're not gonna see it. Oh, look at this. It's not. No, but they took the time and they went through that process, and they're continuing to educate the people that need this technology the most. And that's one thing I've seen, with the Cardano development in Africa. And, you talk about the Cardano Foundation and really what they're doing. I do think that Cardano will continue to be an elite blockchain. And this is the opportunity to really take a look at a solid blockchain that will be around. And at this point has withstood the test of time, guys. So I love Cardano, super bullish on Cardano long term, and I'm excited to see the development of this project, guys. So hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.